Hey fam, this is Dr. Terry. I am in Cleveland, Ohio, making my first road trip of 2019. So I'm on the road again. Oh, that's her favorite song. So I'm here with my little Spelman sister, who's not a little anymore. When we met, you were 16. I think I was 18 when we met at Spelman. And I came out here for her grand opening of Willow Cove, which is an art and wellness boutique. And I have had an amazing, amazing time. And before I hit the road to head back home, I wanted to make sure I introduced you to her and that she had an opportunity to tell you about this wonderful, wonderful space. So Lawna Gamble, and actually her partner, her business partner, she's not here right now, but Tamber Coltis is also a part of this this wonderful weekend. So we're going to have Lawna tell you a little bit about Willow Cove, and then we'll take it from there.
So Willow Cove, as Terry mentioned, is an art and wellness boutique. And what we mean by that is we service clients with alternative therapies here. So if you are not likened to traditional Western medicine, we offer aromatherapy, massage therapy, hypnotherapy, reflexology, acupuncture and pressure is coming to us. And we have a retail space filled with all types of seemingly indistinguished therapeutic accessories. So the things that people typically don't think of as part of their healing journey, but absolutely are. There are things that raise your vibration, things that change your mood, things that make you smile. Are here, like candles and vases and pillows and soft, warm clothing. So that sort of thing.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. It's so wonderful, y'all. I wish you all were here. You are here, kind of.
Kind of.
All right, so tell us what led you to start this.
So the name Willow Cove was derived from the idea of the willow tree, that you can bend without breaking. So it speaks to the resilience of our customer, our guest, our clients. Oftentimes we think that when we have trauma or we have some mental illness, that's undoable and unbearable and so overwhelming it can be. So what led me to this is my dream of 20 years. I've been having this concept in my head for a couple of decades, and Terry and I have shared over the years, and Terry just mentioned the other night she had notes from one of our very original conversations when I was, younger than 20 years old about this kind of place. But all the modalities I chose because they were things that helped myself and my business partner in our personal and professional healing journeys. We both have sons with Asperger's, and I have an extensive history and experience in severe and persistent mental illness. And oftentimes it's just a little bit of practicing that helps you cope, right? It's changing what's hanging in your house. It's changing the colors. Right. It's adding something that smells good. The little things that help elevate our mood. Yeah. So I put them all here. So I've tried and know for sure that acupuncture and pressure works. Massage therapy works. Hypnotherapy absolutely works. You can release all that. Energy healing is really a very vibrant part of what we should be doing when we're trying to do deep dives. Right. And sometimes medicine is needed for some people, but then for most of us it isn't. We just have to learn how to change our environment and how to change what we put in and on our person.
Right. I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, we're on the same page with that, right? So now tell us about some of the products. I know you mentioned how you go about choosing
selecting products. Because this is a female-owned business, we are advocates for other female-owned businesses. So I'm just looking around to make sure before I say this, all of our products are from women-owned businesses or women artisans. So everything is created by women. And we don't just buy nice products, right? Because we're not a spa, we're not a retail store. This isn't Home Goods. But we buy stories. So every product in here can be related to the healing journey and has a story about its creator. So, for example, we carry these affirmation penny necklaces, and those were created by women who were trafficked and had domestic violence in their history. Our affirmation hangers, our crystal work, was made by a woman, Cynthia Jones Taylor, out of Seattle, who was in a coma for several months, and she said that she saw the scrolls and the crystals while she was asleep. So everything here has a story. Our face and body product line is by a local sister who had her own skin blemishes and had some PTSD as a result of her experience in the world as someone who was scarred and messed up. So we buy stories, not just products.
I love that. Yeah. You all don't know. When I heard her say that, I was like, that's it. I love that because I'm such a storyteller. She knows that I always got a story to tell. You all know that too, right? So knowing that every product here has to do with someone else's story is just, it just blessed me so. And it's just been a wonderful weekend. I have enjoyed it. I'm so glad she let me come.
I'm so glad she came.
We haven't seen each other in a while though, because she was in Minneapolis.
For 4 years.
And before we go, just tell us a little bit about your background, because you actually have a therapeutic background as a professional.
Yeah. So my last career, because I've had several, I started off in the world as an artist. I still am an artist. I do a lot of art expression in the room with clients. But what led me to that was my own personal mental health issue. I had a misdiagnosis 20-some years ago, was on a heavy regimen of medication for much of my life. Yeah. And it wasn't until I discovered alternative therapies, this holistic healing thing, that I was able to come off my medications. I'm not advocating that y'all do that. Right. I'm only saying that if you want something different, more organic and holistic in your life, that it could very well be possible for that to happen.
But you have to do the work.
But you have to do the work. I've done a couple of decades of healing myself. I've lived in a couple different cities. My last stint was in Minneapolis to acquire an Adlerian psychology second master's degree. And my work has been with primarily with young adults with autism and men and women who have co-occurring mental health issues, which means they are rehabilitating from substance abuse and also have a severe persistent mental illness. And so that's what we do. And all of us, believe it or not, fall in one of those categories. We're all on the spectrum somewhere, right? So my assignment in this lifetime is to help people heal and transform their own lives. I don't have the recipe or the cocktail or some fancy technique to help you heal. You have to want it from the inside.
Yes, absolutely.
And once you discover that fire on the inside, then Willow Cove can help you. So we have a saying here where we say, "Have you been Willow Coved?"
I like Willow Cove. Right. I have been. It was a great confirmation for me to be here because I was already moving in certain directions, and this just kind of confirmed a lot of things that were already starting to transform my life. So coming here, that's why I take road trips. You all know that because I always figure out my confirmations. and something that I love that Lawna always says is about the being okay with being imperfect.
Being imperfect. Yeah. As an Adlerian psychologist, one of the major tenets of Adlerian psychology is having the courage to be imperfect. But even in being imperfect or having that courage, you still have to do some hard work.
It's true. It's true.
You can't be afraid of yourself. That's the bottom line. Yeah, you can't be afraid of yourself because there's some ugly stuff in there.
Yeah, it is. Now you see why this is my little sister. And it's been over 30 years of a friendship. And for those of you, when I say my little sister, when you're at Spelman, you get a big sister and you get a little sister, and this is my little sister.
Yep.
So
and my healing journey actually started the day we met.
That's right.
I was sitting in the Oval, crying, bawling my eyes out because I had some little small news. It was really small news, but I was so overwhelmed by it, and I knew I just couldn't share it with my mother. And Terry was walking across the Oval, and she stopped. She said, "You okay?" So we've been in this healing mode for a long time.
Yeah, we sat there in that Oval through the night, half the night. We just sat under the stars and just talked, and we've been connected ever since. So I am grateful for that because we have gone through highs and lows together. Broke days, wealthy days, having kids, we just everything, all of that. So, Lawna, I thank you for having me. Facebook family, I'm going to hit the road and head on back to Jersey. I need to get into some house music and some things going on. But guess what? My season has kicked off. I'm getting ready to hit the road several times. This is my first trip for 2019, Cleveland, Ohio. I'll be back. And I'll see you all soon. All right. Peace and blessings.
Y'all.